G'day guys, just thought I'd do a quick video just to show you the Sothis Run. You can do it later on in the game after you have played through, in which case, depending on whether you wanted Fed rank or Exploration rank, you would either fill up with cargo racks, come down here in a Python or smaller, medium-sized ship so you can land on Sothis mining, or you would come down with a bigger ship if you've got one, if you wanted to do the passenger missions, because you land in a big station, you go out to the serious atmospherics and then you fly back. So that's pretty simple. I'm looking to show you more about what happens when you start the game, because getting from that first point of having the Sidewinder to the point where you can afford to buy a ship to progress the game the way you want to, rather than being limited by the size of the ship or its firepower or its cargo or whatever. So basically, let's make a couple of little assumptions here. The account that I'm playing on is a friend's account. It is quite low. I've been here for about 4 hours of grinding, 3 hours of grinding, something like that. So basically, however you do it is completely up to you, but when you first start the game you do have to get enough credits to be able to put a decent sized fuel scoop on to your Sidewinder even, and to upgrade the frameshift drive to an A drive. Once you've done that, I think they get out to nearly 20 light years. It is a lot of jumps to get out here, but believe me, it's worth it. Pretty well, once you get out here, even at the very beginning, you're looking at about 700,000 for the first couple of runs, and then once you've got enough money, you would buy the Type 6, which is what I've done on this account. And then I'm going to just do one of the runs, and I'll try and talk to you about it a little bit as I do it. So basically, once you get out here with your Sidewinder or whatever, at that point you're not going to be able to take any cargo, or it's not going to be worth it. You can have 4 tons. So all you will do, as you can see on the screen here, you'd go into Starport Services, go to Mission Board. Now, if you're going for Fed rank, talking to the people that have got bigger accounts already, I say bigger as in they've got more money, they've already got the ships they want, you would just specialize and mainly pick up the missions on the first one. So Federation Unite, you see the little icon on the right hand side, that basically, this one here, that basically shows you that they have standing with Federation, which means that when you do missions for these guys, it is going to go towards your Federation rank. So if we go over here, so the main 2 ranks, you've got your Federation rank. You can see I'm 100% cadet, which means I'm waiting for what we call a rank up mission. So I'm already heading up with those guys. But the other one that's affected quite heavily by this is your trade rank. So you can see I'm already 18% through merchant, and I'm at 24 million basically, plus I also have a Type 6 ship at the moment. Now when you get here, there's not much you can do in the way of buying ships and stuff like that. If I go to the shipyard, pretty well all you can buy is a Viper, a Cobra, and a Type 6 transporter. Now the Type 6 transporter is what you want. It's the largest of that style of ship that will land at Sothis mining. If you are going to do your passenger missions from this point, you've got 2 different options. We'll talk about that in a second though. So I'll go back to the missions. So we're going to assume that you have just come here, you're trying to get your money, okay? So you need to get up to, you've got 2 options. You need to get to about 26 or 27 million, and that will get you enough money then to fly off somewhere about 300 light years away, unfortunately, to buy, to start with the Type 7. You'd fill that up with the passenger bays. You'd also have to buy a fuel scoop obviously to get back. Don't bother with a shield, just be careful. You use your docking computer to land, but that means that you can take, let me just check, I'll make sure I get it right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the VIP missions. That will make you money a lot quicker. 7 of those with business class and 1 first class, which is what I recommend. Some people do it with just economy, it's completely up to you. 7 of those should get you between 5 and 7 million per run which is a 10-minute run. So you really can grind out the money quite quickly, looking at about 35 million an hour that way. This way here though, personally, I'm just going to grind this account out to 80 million. So all I will do, I'm not worried about the Federation rank too much. It's going to go up bit by bit anyway, but I'm just worried about making sure I've got enough missions. So we're looking for the boom data deliveries. So I'm going to take these ones. As long as they go to Sothis Mining, I want them at this point in time. This one here goes to Sothis Mining as well. Check that one. That one goes to New Home Station. Stay away from New Home Station at this point in time. It's easier just to do the run to the spot where when you get there you bring back cargo, and that's how you make your money. Now see, this is a Federal Navy strike contract. I don't want that. I want a delivery mission. I can wait. I'm not in a rush for that. Sothis Mining, so that's those guys done. So I'm just going to go to number 2. Now you got boom data delivery again. Sothis Mining, donate. You can do that if you want to increase your rank quicker. I don't bother in this situation. We got a commodities reward here, so although it's only 7,000, there'll probably be 30 or 40,000 worth of rewards in that once we sell them at the other end. Same with this one. So that's those guys. Board hopping is your friend in this. Now this is the other one you want to take, strategic data transfers. Sothis Mining. This one's pretty, look at this, 404 credits. We'll take it for the hell of it, but that's not a very good one. That's one you'd probably normally want to stay away from. Take that one. That one. 3 commodities. That's New Home Station again. Sothis Mining. So that's all of those ones. Strategic Sothis, yes. Sothis, yes. New Home, no. So you get the point anyway. Just keep going through these. Okay, so I've gone through this one. I haven't filled up yet. I've got probably 12 missions, as I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, 14. So we'll just log out. We're in solo play, so save and exit to main menu, yes. And then this is called border hopping. So you just press your start button. I was in solo play, so now I'm going to go to open play. That's a different board. Also, if you're in a private group, that's a different board as well. So you can hop between solo and one of those, whether it be open play or the group play. So same thing again. Let that load through. Mission board. Again, I'll start with the top one, just so I've got more of the Federation one, so you're building up your Federation rank. This is by far the best way to build up your Federation rank for getting the Federal Corvette. And likewise, the passenger mission way, which I will do a video later on, just to show you what you do with those. It's pretty self-explanatory, but I will do one. Those ones there, as I said, a bit more money, so it's up to you how you want to do it. I mean, personally, I think that you're better off just grinding out enough money to be able to go and get a Python, which is, in my opinion, the best starter ship, although you're going to have to put about 12 hours worth of gameplay in to get to that point. But once you've done that, the world's your oyster. You can set that ship up to do pretty well anything. It's got a reasonable jump range. Once it's engineered, I think mine does 29 when it's got a whole heap of stuff on it. So it's quite useful. Yeah, so there you go. You've got too many missions or contracts open, which means I haven't got my 20 missions. So now I'm going to get out of here. So exit, launch, plot in Sothis, because I was at Ceos, obviously. And as I said, I've picked up all the ones to Sothis Mining. When we get to Sothis, I'll explain about that. And yeah. So yeah, back to the 2 different ways you can do it. As I said, if you ground out to 27 million, which I'm nearly there, what your option would be is you could actually get to your 27 million, which gives you enough to buy the Type 7s, set it out with business class and 1 first class, a docking computer, and obviously you'd need to buy a fuel scoop as well just to get you back. That was 3A, and that the cost of that ends up being 25 million all but exactly. So once you've done that, you'd fly back, which will take you a few jumps because your jump range on that is 18.4. fly back, and then you'd start going into the passenger lounge and picking up the VIP missions, which go to Sirius Atmospherics. They pay between about 500,000 for a couple of people up to 1.7, 1.8 million for it, and the run genuinely is stupidly fast, because all you do is fly to Sothis, fly towards the New Dawn station, not New Dawn station, New Hope or whatever it is, fly towards that station, that planet there. Once you get within 1,000 light years of it, you lock in Sirius Atmospherics, fly in there, find the nav beacon, scan it. Once it's scanned, your missions are complete, do a UE, go home. It really is that quick. So that is a good way to do it. Yeah, New Home Station, that was the name of it. So we're going to Sothis Mining here. There we go, so we've got that plotting. So yeah, that's one option. That will get you the money quicker, even though you've got to fly 300 odd light years away, which might take you 2 hours, including buying the ship. 2 hours of grinding this way is probably 35 million, maybe 40 million, whereas 2 hours of grinding with the passenger missions, as I said, is probably closer to 60 or 70 million. So in the long run, that may be the better way to do it. You may get there a bit quicker, but I just don't see the point in jumping all that far away. These missions it's quite a quick run. And yeah, that's probably the easiest way to do it. You can do the run, return run in about, I don't know, 17 or 18 minutes. Obviously we're going a lot slower because I've been talking. So yeah, so we fly down to here. You'll notice at the moment I do have shields on this ship. Just laziness basically. Yeah, you don't need to use them, but having said that, I mean, I believe I have 100 tons of cargo on this. I think that was right. Yeah, 100 tons of cargo capacity. I think I'm only running let's have a look, rather than saying I think. Shield generator, yeah, I'm running a size 3, just the little one. I think it's even the standard one, just to protect it if I bump into something, which I have a habit of doing. Beautiful overshoot for a recording, can't do any better than that, can you? The trick for that, when you're actually paying attention, is full throttle, keep flying towards the thing. As soon as it says there's 7 seconds to go, cut to 75% throttle and it won't stuff you up, you'll just go straight in. But yeah, I wasn't paying attention. Yep, so grab those missions, take those across. As you can see, normally, there you go, you get people offering you time bonuses, which increases your money as well. So that's always good as well. But yeah, like I said, straight line, it's not too hard in that respect. And once we get to this end, this is probably the business end. You get to the point once you get here where you also have to take delivery missions of cargo, and that's where you make the money on this run. I mean, this, even with those silly ones, I'll probably still end up with 500,000 or 600,000 on this way, which is more than a full-size cutter will do transporting normal stuff. So there we go. Oh, someone wants to kill me. That's the other thing, you will get interdicted. Not very regularly with these missions, but certainly with the passenger missions. So my recommendation, especially when you're running without shields, is always submit. As soon as you get through, just start boosting away, run, and then yeah, just as soon as it will let you jump again. Normally they don't get you more than once. I believe it's possible for them to get you twice, but don't hold me to that. So yeah, this ship setup is relatively simple. I've pretty well just got a docking computer, a size 3 shield generator, which I believe it came with, or maybe that was all I could buy at the station, and it's just full of cargo racks. With the Type 7, if you decide to go down that route, fly to X, which will give you a 15% discount, which is always good. The only thing you have to upgrade is the frameshift drive. Upgrade that to a 5A, which is about 5 million credits. And then, as I said, fill it up with standard docking computer, all business class, and one of the large first class, because they're the missions that give you like 1.7, 1.8 million sometimes. So it gives you all the options. And then just store one of the passenger cabins, store it, buy a fuel scoop, fly over there. When you get there, ship that passenger cabin back over to yourself. So if I go into the mission board now, so I'm 20, all but exactly 24, 55,000 short. And then it's just a case of handing them all in. Now, I'm not saying that this is the best place to do it, but to the best of my knowledge it is, especially for new players. So here you go, look, 40 units of gold, that's a pretty average payout. Normally it's these guys here that, here we go, boom time delivery. So as you can see, you can make big money if you've got enough cargo. But for now we'll just hand in the missions, and with the board hop we should find something worth doing. Now if you get a Python and come back here, it's completely up to you whether you want to continue going this way if you want to keep getting those rank ups to get the Federal Corvette, or you could rotate over to the passenger missions, which increases your Explorer thing as well. But just bear in mind, going this way gives you trade rank and Federation rank, and trade rank is useful in more than just where you are. Right, so I know I'm going to want that because Palladium's always good. And the rest of these, and let's see if there's anything else. Now for your returns, the great thing about the returns is if it says CEOS on it, as long as it's a strategic data or a boom data or something like that, you know for a fact that it is going to be the right type of thing for you. You can't go anywhere else when you go to CEOS. So I'm just going to go to commodities market, cargo space 57. I didn't get that many of them, so I'm just going to sell these ones. So this is all your rewards. So now I'm 24.7. So that's a pretty reasonable jump. And back to the mission board, just have a quick look. What I'm going to do here is cheat a little bit. I'll take a few and then I'm going to board hop back, and hopefully I can get some better cargo missions from there. 40 units of gold, 276, we'll have that as well. That gives us the grand total of 12 nano breakers to get rid of as well, 60. Okie dokie, so just accept all of these boom data ones because we know they're going to take us to the right spot. Again, like if you're doing it, pay more attention to what there is. I'm going to take that as well. Don't do that because that will stuff you. So we'll just abandon that one. Don't know how I managed that because I wanted that one. So the commodities end up making these smaller paying ones still worth the money anyway. And it turns out that I've actually got enough cargo for this run anyway. So I'm just going to pick up some of the larger numbers. And you've got to remember there's 20 of these missions, so 10 of them 600,000. So you're getting like 1.2 million if you pick up those 63,000 ones and stuff. 50,000 there. Also just bear in mind when you get there you don't get this size straight away, but it doesn't take long. Even the little ones, penniless look, you get offered those pretty quickly. And your commodity rewards, as I said, strategic. This one here will almost certainly pay What's the reward? Articulation motors. Okay, so that's my missions filled up. Commodities market again. Sell, I had 12 of those, there we go. So it all adds up. And there you go. And then, obviously, as I said, rinse, repeat. So we're going to head back off to Seos. You'll see that it's actually put a little world icon on where your missions are. So you can just scroll down to there. Some people do go down into the galaxy map and stuff like that to do it. I find it quicker that way. I find that once you've got used to it, after you launch, you've got enough time to plot it before it puts you in the air. Yeah, I will continue. I'll go all the way down to the end. We'll do the whole run, and then yeah. So hopefully this has been informative enough for you. Like I said, personally I would grind out to about 85 million. It doesn't take long, as you can see. Take this away, your round trip, as I said, is about 18 minutes. And yeah, you just get on with it, get it done. Once it's done, that's pretty well your nasty grinding sorted for now. 80 million gets you a reasonable build. It's not all A grade, but you know, you've got to start somewhere. And if you do want to grind out for the money at the moment, I think the passenger missions here are your best bet. But once they sort out the nerfed places like the Upsilon Aquaria runs and stuff like that, hopefully there'll be somewhere where you guys can make a reasonable amount of money in a short amount of time, because it's not fair. It's the hardest part of the game, is the start of the game, and yeah, it makes it hard. We're losing a lot of players in Elite because they're getting bored before they get a chance to have fun. And I guess the other side of it is, for the players that have been playing for a while, it's kind of our jobs to get these new people going. You know, like if you see someone that's flying around in a Sidewinder and doesn't look like they've got much money, I've overshot again, not paying attention. If you do see someone that's got a Sidewinder and not got much money, you know, offer to take them to a Hazres or something like that, even if they jump in and crew with you, so they don't have to risk losing their own ship. And yeah, and then hopefully we can build up the groups, because it's where the fun is playing with each other. You know, a big group of people trying to take on Thargoids, or going out to a Hazres, or yeah, you've got so many different options these days, and there's more and more options coming. We're going to have Thargoid scouts attacking us when Beyond comes out, I'm pretty sure. That's probably going to be the biggest change. If you have a look at the map at the moment, being the Valentine's Day, 14th of the 2nd, they're only about 3 weeks away from actually touching the edge of the bubble. So I think that's going to coincide with when Beyond opens, and I think what's going to happen is that we're going to start getting interdicted by the Thargoid scouts, which I believe could be destroyed with normal weapons. But it's just going to add a new thing to the game, which is what they've been doing. So yeah, done that. Cut my throttle for the auto dock. I'll just sell the stuff up, and then you can have a look and see what you think money wise and all that kind of stuff. It doesn't take long to get there, as I said. I had just shy of 24 million, I think. Shows how good my memory is. That's another thing, ignore all this alternative destination crap. You don't want to be running off to get cigars and wasting hours. You just want to get through these, keep grinding it out and grinding it out. And yeah, I guess this is the main thing of it. Just get this out of the way. One of my friends did this. He did 10 hours of grinding. Like, once he got here, he ground for 10 hours of gameplay, and he just had enough to buy the Python. So maybe realistically 11 hours would be the smart move, so you've got that little bit of leftover just in case. He had one rebuy. But yeah, once you've done that, then you can start going and joining other players, in HAZRES, in compromised nav beacons, all that kind of stuff, or you can start transporting your cargo with 200 odd tons. It's even more than that, I believe. Yeah, the world's your oyster then, and they're a good all-round ship, as I said. So I'll hand these missions in. I won't bother picking anything else up this time. Oh, one extra little trick. When you do buy the Type 6, you go to New Hope Station to put on your cargo and stuff, which is in the Sothis area. So that's the only time you will want to go there. When you do that, what I recommend you do is downsize the fuel tank to the next size down, and that means unless you have exactly 100 tons, you can always get back to CEOS with your cargo. One thing worth pointing out is you can obviously just plot a different route to get there, so you can fly around, you do a big lap to use up the fuel, but if you actually don't refuel all the time, you'll find that you only get hindered by it every now and again. I mean, the amount of fuel that's used on these jumps is basically nothing. You can probably do 20 runs before you needed to refuel. And yeah, we'll just sell all this stuff. I'll clean out the thing, and yeah, so look, I'm pretty sure I was 24 million, just under, and I'm probably going to be 26.5-ish by the time I sell all of my commodity rewards as well, which I got 23 of those. And sell those, are not worth much. All adds up though, again, as I said, 8,000. Okie dokie. So I am Commander Eagle Jono. Add me in game if you want to. 2 N's in Jono. I hope this helps. At least I won't have to keep re-explaining to all my friends now. Thank you for your time, and yeah, 26.1 in that round trip, so nice quick turnover. Thank you very much. Bye.